Do 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 do. I was discussing this with an amigo. He's the famous fashion photographer Benjamin Kanarek. And I'm going to type in his name, and I'm going to put a link to his YouTube and Instagram below. And I was planning on making this video actually some time ago. He's also got a blog called thebkmag.com, but if you go to his Instagram page, he's a big Fujifilm shooter, and I'm, of course, a big fan of Fujifilm. You know, I probably should have had this pulled up before I actually did this video, right? There we go. Instagram. Check out his Instagram page. I'll put a link below, and also to his YouTube page. He uses an XH1 for his videos, or his XT3. He's got 3 XT3s, by the way. Take a look at some of his amazing photography he does with the Fujifilm camera. I mean, these are, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. There we go. Ooh, wow, that's so hot. That's so awesome. He's gonna watch this video. He's gonna wake up. He's a Canadian living in Paris. Aujourd'hui, my friend. Comment ça va? There we go. An amazing photographer. Shoots for Vogue, Elle, Harper's. He's met every major model. I'm exaggerating. He probably has met most of them. It seems that he shot most of them. And check out, his Instagram and YouTube there. I was talking with him, mon ami, and I had recently, and of course, you know, all the stuff that I actually talk about I own, but I am always, and I do love, my life, I'm a one-person show. Everybody knows that. You know, I recently stressed myself out to the hilt on writing a book, and I answer about 50 plus emails a day. And, you know, between doing, you know, laundry and garbage and, you know, just the normal stuff, because I have nobody to help me on doing anything. I have to do everything myself. I am open to testing any new camera system out there if I can get my hands on it. Actually, I heard back about the new Panasonic camera, which was extremely sexy looking, but I knew it would be an autofocus disaster because it's the first version. Of course, it's already been reported that, hey, the autofocus on the new Panasonic camera, the full-frame camera, sucks. I knew it would suck long before people actually discovered that for themselves. Even though I'm no great lover of Sony, I accurately tested the Sony A9. I said the eye autofocus and autofocus rack is amazing. I despise the ergos. I found the fact that the focus peaking is really way worse than Fuji. Fujifilm definitely has the best focus peaking of anybody, even better than Olympus. I was fair to the camera. Even a Sony official told me that. It's like, you know, I couldn't believe how fair you were to the camera. You know you don't like Sony, but you... I'm not going to take my personal bias or dislike of Sony, who is an electronics company, not a camera company, and extend that into a review of the camera. If you give me the camera and a halfway decent lens, I will take it very seriously. I'm open to testing any and all camera. I always have been. The issue has been getting hands on stuff without being a shill. You know, a lot of people are given stuff if they do something in return, like talk good about it. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be fair to the camera. I tested the A7 III. I had it for several days. I tested it and I reported on it. I was very fair to the camera. The same goes true for the Sony A9. I would love to get OLED cameras like their new OMD or the new Panasonic, and I'm open to testing any of these cameras. That's a fact. And you'll say, oh, all you ever do is talk about Fujifilm and Nikon. I mean, that's what I have, that's what I own, because I actually prefer the best equipment. And that is the best equipment. Fujifilm owns everybody's ass on medium format, period. Fujifilm owns everybody's ass on medium format. I grew up with medium format. First camera was a Yashica 124 Mat G twin lens reflex. I owned a pair of 6.7 Pentaxes. I owned a Hasselblad at one point in time, not for a very long period of time. Traded it back to the camera store I used to work at. Didn't really like it. Fell in love with the Pentax. God, what else did I own? I owned a couple Mamiyas for a while. I love medium format. Fujifilm owns everybody's ass on medium format. They do. Phase One, who makes like 5 cameras a month, I think they told me that. We make 5 cameras a month. No. Those are very, very, very slow. They're actually slow-moving sloths. The autofocus on them is abysmal, but you don't buy them for that. They're for hardcore product fashion. They're not for what the GFX is pushing into, which is a whole new area of medium format. Nikon owns it on full frame, and Fujifilm owns it on crop sensor and medium format. But I'm always open to testing new camera systems. If I can get my hands on something, I love testing it. But I'm not going to be beholden to say, we're going to send you this. What the hell is Canon doing recently? I mean, what the hell is Canon? The new report from 24 hours ago was that the last quarter Canon sales were down by 23%. That's pretty significant. 23% drop in camera sales. 23. So you lost 25% of camera sales. Well, that's no wonder, because Canon hasn't dropped anything in ages. Whereas I famously said, every 3 years Canon comes out with a 3-year-old camera. Actually, it should be like every 3 years Canon comes out with a 4-year-old camera. That's closer to accuracy. Some of old Canon glass is amazing. Thankfully now they got a Fringer adapter, and there's a second version of the Fringer adapter that's coming out that lets you do complete autofocus with great Canon glass on the Fujifilm X series cameras, and it is blasting fast. I'm waiting for the second version of that adapter so I could get it and test it. Benjamin Kanarek, he himself has the Fringer adapter, and he'd been testing it. He's waiting on the second version. But I can't review, because I get every day, there'll be some company, most of them are in China, they'll be like, we want to send you a so-and-so product and review it. And I just go delete, delete, delete. I get like 4 or 5 of those every day. I don't review that stuff. I don't. We want to send you a dual radio transmitter, some sort of weird-ass thing that I would never buy even if it was 50% off. I'm certainly still not going to review it. And I don't take free stuff. I'm nobody's puppet. But I am open to testing Canon stuff and Sony stuff and Pentax and even Olympus. I really always have been. I mean, no one had to force me to review those Sony cameras that I reviewed. I mean, it takes a lot of valuable time to study the product to give an accurate review of it. You know as well as I do, there's some of these big YouTube channels, they screw around with a camera. Famously, one guy with gigantic hair who tried out a Fujifilm X-H1 and an XT. He didn't even learn how to use the camera. It's like, I don't like this about this camera, it sucks. It's like, there's a way around that. You never even read the user manual. You can't do a review like that. Oddly enough, the more subscribers you got, I found out the more it is you can get away with saying really, really crazy stuff. Like if I never owned a Fuji before and I had it for 24 hours and I never read the user manual and then I did a review, like, yeah, this sucks about the camera and that sucks. What are you talking about? You never even read the user manual. You don't even know how to use the camera. The hell is this? That's not a review. It's your rant about something you never learned how to use. I mean, they just say stuff that is just blatantly wrong. There's another huge YouTuber that said, I didn't like the 90mm f2. It's not a sharp lens. Like, what are you talking about? It's the sharpest lens that Fujifilm has. Well, now the 80mm is, but you know when some of these people are just lying out their sphincter. Did I say sphincter? I'm going to edit that out of this video. Anyway, yeah, check out his site there. Yep, his Instagram. But I've been meaning to make this video for many months, but I don't know what it will change. I mean, I'm open to reviewing all that stuff, even though it takes a lot of valuable time to study up on. Because you got to study and learn something, and then go and test drive it, and then also learn more. He's like, this is the most optimum way to use this camera. I'm really fast on learning new gear. Really fast. Way better than the big YouTubers are. I mean, I know that for damn sure. I learned how to use that Sony A, and I went over that menu 100 times. It's like, yeah, I've got this down. You know, there's no part of this camera I don't know how to adjust. That way, I can actually then go out and use it and make an accurate, valid, and intelligent review of the piece of equipment. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say. Thank you so much for watching, and have a lovely evening. Goodbye. Oops, let's place that there. There we go. Do 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 do.